So, I want to talk about this game, but from a more immersed perspective. I think this game is possibly one of the greatest pieces of media ever created. Now, it's not right for me to explain this game by cutting it up into different categories and pieces. Instead, you have to come into this game as your own personal experience. And sure, the combat's nothing to write home about, but this game isn't really for combat. And the story, yes, while it's okay on the surface, the story isn't really what this game's about either. Pretty much all games we play have win conditions. Not this game. I genuinely think this game is truly special and it doesn't really get the credit that it should be getting. So, I'm going to try my best at showing you what you can see here. I hope I can show you what I can see here. I'm Waiting Spirit, and I would like to invite you to come and join me as we play No Man's Sky. Here we are. Firstly, we'll have to select a difficulty mode. There's the normal difficulty, there's the relaxed setting where everything is easier. We have creative mode where everything is free. Survival mode, where it's a little challenging. Expeditions, which are like in-time events. We're going to go to custom. And in custom difficulties, we're going to move all the way across to the end for permadeath. And, well, the difficulty is just hard mode on everything, and when you die, the save is deleted. I do find it a little strange that if I lock the difficulty, I'm non-custom difficulty. Doesn't matter. Let's get started. So I'm going to let the introduction play through without me talking over it. We only get one start to this life after all.
Commencing Atlas System Suit Initialization. Life support systems activated. Shield kinetic system online. Aerial propulsion jetpack online. Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational. User initialization sequence.
What an excellent introduction. Well, I'll cut to the chase at the start. I died. So, let me run you through it. So, I grabbed some iron at the very start. I stumbled across some interesting stuff, like carbon. I managed to fix my multi-tool with the iron I found. Hey look, blue stuff. I grabbed some of that to power the ship later. Look at this. Yeah, it's hideous. I'm not sure. I got lost again. Carried on being lost. Think I run around in a circle. Look at this. Strange. Even a hellscape looks oddly beautiful. Yeah, let's get to what that smoke is. So we ran over. It turns out this planet just smokes from the surface. How strange. Oh, what's that? I want to go check it out. Yeah, it was full of carbon. So we tried to run back and the heat got to us. And, well, never mind. So this time, I decided to try again. See how far we could go. It's like this world used to be underwater. Oh, I found some red crystals. Collected enough ferrite dust to fix my multi-tool. A very quick tutorial about dangerous plants on planets. And after wandering around, I finally found some sodium However, the time I got a chance to use it, yes, never mind. So I decided to give it another shot, and this time we're fortunate enough to have this beautiful landscape at the start, a pink gentle sky instead of a piss yellow colour, which is lovely. Greeted by a six-legged fish cow. Love it.
Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational. User initialization sequence complete.
Going round again, I decided to waste no time collecting the dust I needed. I successfully managed to collect some oxygen from these dangerous plants. Fantastic. Well, at least they sound cute. Of course, fixed the multi-tool again. Giving it a little scan to the area to try and find some sodium. Yeah, maybe I should start prioritizing this. Grab me some blue crystal dihydrogen. Excellent. Some more sodium. Yep, excellent. Yep, put that in, fix that. Oh, lovely. Some more sodium. A little bit of rusted metal. And I think a little bit of carbon at the end. More blue crystals for the ship. She'll love them. Sodium. There it is again. Spent all this time looking down. There it is. Ah, yes. Our beautiful ship. This will save us. Keep us alive. Beautiful. Big old engines. We're told that we woke up on an alien world. Yeah, I was already pretty aware of that one. And we're told that the ship recognizes us. Ah, sure. I'm just happy to get away from all that radiation outside. So, whatever this, maintenance thing wants to tell me to do to make this ship feel better, I'm happy to do it. Let's get it. Pulse engines need fixing. Fantastic. Everyone loves that. I guess this would be a good moment. Welcome to Point I Yoha. So, we're here to scan for some kind of quest objective. Something to do with boosting our signal. I suppose we'll head over in the direction we're supposed to. Well, might as well check out this thing while we're here. Oh wow, another six-legged monstrosity. Yes. In all sizes as well. Ooh, yep, let's keep our sodium topped up. This planet is very toxic. So we continued heading in the direction we were sent in, and I, wow, look what I found here. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. Oh, it looks so strange. Those tiny wings. Yes, we encountered another one when returning to the ship. Look at it. Hideous. It's absolutely hideous. So while I was sat here, letting my shields recharge, I couldn't help but notice the bioluminescence of the grass. And when I sped it up in editing, it made this very sweet rolling effect. And the grass, when I play it at normal speed, way more subtle. So while I was AFK, I thought I would keep the recording going, and here it is, all sped up. Looks beautiful. So now, let's actually get on with this quest and get off this toxic planet with creatures that are just uncomfortable to look at. And we got there eventually. Activate save point. So whoever gave us that phone call somehow left a message on this piece of technology. So as we decode it, we are informed that whoever left the message had run out of fuel, can't reach the station, their ship was falling apart. So whatever reason, they left a base computer tech and a terrain manipulator for us. We'll take the blueprints in hopes that maybe if we build something, we can boost the signal. Maybe we can find out who gave us that call. So we'll head back to our Sweet Lady Radiant, and then got hit with a different type of carnivorous plant. I must confess, I love the sound of this planet. A constant rainstorm. Went to go recharge our shield again. Had to tolerate sitting in front of this monstrosity. Oh, it's so hideous. Yeah. So while my shield recharged, I took the opportunity to install the terrain manipulator. Carbon nanotubes, dihydrogen jelly. I'm pretty sure I should be able to make all of that. Yeah. Okay, all the ingredients are here. So, 1 dihydrogen jelly. And 2 carbon nanotubes. Next, for a base computer, I'll have to go find some chromatic metal. I could either buy this from people, or we can refine it from some copper. So I'll tag some there, and have a quick look around, see what else we might be able to pick up. Here we are, a nice big old clump of copper. Switch to the terrain manipulator. Oh, sodium. I should probably pick this up in case I destroy the land in this area, which I tend to do. I'm going to take all of the copper here. I can imagine even this won't be enough for our future adventures. We basically cannot get enough of it. Oh, look at these. What do you think it is? A plant that walks around like an animal, or an animal that looks like a plant. Curious. Oh, milestone reached. 8,000 U. I don't know what that measurement is. More sodium. Some buried technology module that gives us, what is it? Some kind of salvaged data. Okay. I think we should hold on to that. Look at this. Yeah, that's a very interesting shaped tree. Found some more sodium. Daytime rolled in, so everything looks pretty again. Well, mostly. And then I saw this thing. Look at it. Oh wow, this thing is absolutely revolting. I thought all the other things were bad up until now, but look at it. It just hovers off the ground. I'm leaving. It's so hard to look at. Since we're going to be building a base soon, I thought I'd collect some resources, and had to keep returning to a Sweet Radiant to recharge my shields a few times. So while I was looking around, I discovered something amazing. Throwing a melee attack holds momentum, which got me thinking. So I spent a couple of minutes messing around with the buttons, trying to figure out which one the melee button even was again. And once I figured it out, I decided to try and run and melee attack. And it seemed to work. So I flew around a little bit, thought I'd see if I could see anything. I found this massive dead patch, and I initially assumed things were just not spawning into the area, so I thought I'd have a look to see what would happen. Turned out to just be a rocky patch, but when I decided to look up, wow. Yeah, there it is again. I mean, cool. saw an opportunity to get a bit more copper close by, so thought we'd fill our pockets. Tried to. Precious sodium. We got hydrogen for our lady radiant pillar. Alright. Let's choose a different planet to go set up our base computer. Okay. We have a miasmic planet, no thanks. Ugh, what was this one again? Planet of Light. I believe that has a really bad atmosphere. What about Boggy Planet? No thank you. That means this one must be the humid planet. There we are. Let's check this out. Something about my inner child tells me a planet with rings on it just immediately cooler than one without. Oh yeah. Here it is again. Massive volumes of water like this. They look beautiful. They really do. Yeah, we'll fly across this, find ourselves a nice bit of land. Surely humid should mean it should be relatively safe. Here, we'll land here. Huh, like a mushroom deer. That actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, I quite like that. It's another mushroom deer. Mushroom elk? Yeah, there's another one. Love it. I definitely want one. The weather seems safe. Everything is kind of nice. Colours are a bit off, but we don't mind. This will make a nice place to start our base. Firstly, power the refiner. We will add that copper we got from earlier, so we can make that chromatic metal we need for the base computer. And while that cooks up, I'll have a look around. Let's have a scan of this. See if I can name it. T-Dino Poo Layer. Yeah, that looks amazing. Rename and upload. Oh. I'm going to rename it Myceli Elk. Yes. Picked up that chromatic metal we needed and immediately decided to put down a base computer. Yep, put that down there. Open that up. Check that. And the opportunity to claim a base in this location. So as I turned the base computer on for the first time, I managed to get another message come through saying there was a storm sweeping in, and whoever left a message, their supplies were also running low. We was also given all the modules we needed to build a nice little wooden shack if we need to. Yeah, I think I'm going to live here for a while. I'm going to build a house here. So we decided to make a base today. We looked at what we needed. Plenty of carbon, and pure ferrite, which is a little expensive. Something we'll have to think about in the future. So yeah, plenty of carbon is what we'll need. Grab some right here. These pink mushrooms. And we got scanned by a sentinel. Had to run away from the feds. Yeah, didn't need any of that. So after getting plenty of carbon together, we decided to start making a place to put down our foundations. Using the terrain manipulator, we're able to flatten the area so it doesn't look so lumpy when we actually do start building it. Yeah, we only need to clear a little patch. We're not building anything massive at this stage. So, trying to decide exactly where to start. And then I recalled, by pressing L3, I believe, I'm able to go into free mode and I realise just how much space I have to build in. So we decided to build a little 2x2 cabin, selecting a wall. Where those 2 yellow lines were, we were able to scroll through a few options. By pressing triangle, we selected a rooftop, and then we was oh yeah, I guess this will do for now. So we moved the last few little bits into the house, so I didn't have to step outside to use them. Excellent. So after rounding that up, I stepped outside without realising that a 98-degree storm had whipped up. So I thought I'd wait indoors till the storm cleared up. So as it turns out, the person who gave us that call in the ship earlier on had also left a message on this data log saying that he successfully built his own base by recovering salvage data from nearby buried technology. Well, I'm glad they managed to figure something out. We should look into this a little bit further. We was also given a construction research unit, which will allow us to unlock more blueprints for more building constructions. Nice. So after a quick scan and the storm passing, I stumbled across this buried technology module. So we ran over to go and see if we could retrieve this for ourselves. I decided to come in from this angle to make sure it didn't get in the way of my building. There we go. 2 salvage datas collected. One of the things that we will need for future construction is some magnetized ferrite. So coming over to the refiner, we look for our stuff, find some pure ferrite, and we'll process that for some magnetized ferrite. And now we can build a construction research unit. It actually took me about 4 times to actually pronounce this. We got there in the end. So we've got buildable technology, buildable structures. Got a teleporter, power generator, things like this. We'll have to build that later. And structures made of wood, made of stone. I usually like building out of stone, out of alloys. There's ferrite dust. Looping background technology. Not much to choose from, but I'm pretty sure we can do a lot better later on. So we downloaded, built a signal booster. Yep. Yeah, it looks awesome. Decided to take a picture for our base of a mycelial elk. Look at it, it's amazing. Yeah, we renamed the hut the mycelial hut. We built a teleporter. Yep, stick that in the corner. And we've got the resources to build ourselves 1 power generator. It does need carbon to be fueled, but we do need electricity for our teleporter and maybe for some other stuff in the future. So while I was trying to connect this together, I got confused on what the quest was asking of me. It took me a little while to figure it out because I already knew how to wire stuff. So after a couple of minutes I realised the instructions were pretty clear. Come to this tech research and buy the wires from here. I was being stupid. Upon returning to the base computer, I am sad to discover that there's no more information that we can gain from it regarding our mysterious caller, but it does comment on the fact that he may have headed to the space station. So I guess at some point we'll have to head there. So before we head off to the space station, we'll do a little exploration. Yeah, fly past the mycelial hut. Our first little home. Dead volcano formation. Awesome. I decided to get out of the atmosphere so I could pulse engine to a good distance away from where we live. Maybe find a bit more solid land, a little bit less water. Yeah, spectacular. Alright, this way. Sodium. 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 Oh, what is that? Scan it, find out. Oh my. Yeah, I should probably stay away from that. Found one of these knowledge stones. The word Korvax. Okay. Turned around and then immediately got hit by a hazardous plant. That's going to be what kills us one of these days. I'm sure of it. Oh look. The precious mycelial elks. And they've got a little baby with them. Adorable. Found a little bit more buried technology. Some sodium. We got attacked by one of these things. Although I didn't waste any time. Yeah, I'd just take out that one before it doses me. Oh, what is this? Pulpy roots. Very cool. Hopefully we can set up our own little farm one day. So I managed to run out of inventory space pretty quickly. So I ran over to the ship to go put a bunch of stuff in there. Because I'm sure I'm going to need all of it. Found ourselves another little bit of salvage data. Yeah, 2 pieces of salvage data from this one. Carnivorous plants will be what screws me over. You let me know when you spotted this. Look at that. 2 more pieces of salvage data. Gotta run away from the feds again. Found the word traveller. Awesome. And some damaged technology as well. Oh, and then I saw it. A whole little cluster of them. I didn't know they could spawn in such a little group. Look at all this sodium. A sweet gold. Kind of. The Korvax word for entity. Awesome. I found one of these. I'm not too sure what they're used for, but we'll probably keep hold of the item that it gives us. I found a save point. Let's scan the area. And right next to it, I found an exosuit upgrade module. So I'd have a look to see what I needed. Antimatter housing, okay. Sodium nitrate, carbon nanotubes. Well, I'm not ready to part with my sodium yet, so I guess we'll move on for now. And then I meet the true enemy of permadeath mode, gravity. I found some more salvage data, buried underground. And then, as I was working my way back to the ship, we encountered a new danger. I mean, look at this thing. Look at it. Oh, it's hideous. And then it dropped down, and I just noped out of there. Yeah, we ain't messing around with that. Oh, sweet Radiant. Protect me. So I did a little bit more exploration, and came across some, I believe it's ancient ruins. I was scanning around under the dirt looking for the things to track, but for some reason it wasn't coming up on my scanner. So I decided just to dig it out for myself to see what I could find. So we went back, opened up the chest in the middle, used the 3 keys we just picked up to find ourselves a cool little artifact. Awesome. I might end up collecting a few of these of a specific type. I haven't decided yet. Undiscovered essay. This manuscript is full of small, delicate blemishes. Tiny crinkled circles litter every page as if the paper has been stained by tears. 2,278 years old. Oh yeah, I'm here for this. Pointless lore that's beautiful to read. So, had a little fly around after getting that, just to see if I could spot anything else. You never know. But we do have a quest to complete, so off to the space station we go. Ah yes, let's not play asteroids again, we'll head straight there. Let's see what this is about. I didn't take my time while recording this footage, but I definitely will in the future to admire these space stations. Some of them look amazing, and yeah, I should take my time with them. made it. I'd like to welcome you all to Brienne Exchange. I was joined by my brother. I don't get to play games with him very often, so he thought he'd join me on a permadeath save file. So we're gonna help him out along the way. I'm sure he'll have a wonderful time struggling alongside me. Trauma bonding. Well, this feels weird. I feel like we're upside down. There is no up in space. Here we are, back home. The mycelial hut. What a lovely view. Oh, mycelial. Oh, frolicking with the wildlife. Yeah. While waiting my brother to arrive, I saw this. There's a mycelial with no horns or mushrooms. Strange. So I've discovered a problem with these things. They will attack me if I'm even close by. So now it's on sight. I'm not dying here. Yes, here he is. They're flying in. Yeah, had to make a show of it. Very nice. It's a nice touch to the game when he can tilt his vehicle like that and see me standing on my building through the top of his plane. So while he was picking a place to touch down and set up a base, I noticed some sodium pretty close to where I was staying. I thought I'd give a little swim a go, have a look. Grab some sodium. But as it turns out, well, without the proper equipment, this is tedious. Hey, you want to see something really ugly? I'm going to show you something real ugly. A prawn the size of a man. Oh, look at its legs go. Look at its face. It's actually hideous. Yeah, so that lives in the oceans on this planet. So he grabbed that tiny amount of sodium, it turns out, like 20 sodium, and got the hell out of the ocean. Well, I didn't know I was going to hate the wildlife down there so much. Maybe we should find a different planet to explore the ocean with. So I loitered around, doing a bunch of really important things, like collecting a small amount of carbon, while Tforty, my brother over there, decided to set up shop, get a little base computer, and also continue the starting quest line. Oh yes, another beautiful radiant pillar. I realised I was landing in his building space, so I decided to steal some of his sodium and get back into my ship and fly back to mine. As you will see, I then proceeded to come back to mine and run around pointlessly, probably for about 25 minutes, while talking with my brother. It was only when he started to ask me about the Traveller that it reminded me I had to return to my base computer to find out the next piece of information for myself. So we got that code from the space station, we put it through the base computer, and now we was instructed to fly between the stars. So I guess we've reached the point now where we can go to a different star system. So Tforty needed some chromatic metal to get his base going, so I thought I'd give it a shot at trying to give a flyby item pass. It turns out it wasn't really doable, which is a shame because that would have been cool. So I landed next to him while he was fanning out the area to give him some useful metals, because man, it's just so much easier to share and help each other out. One thing I do find kind of strange is that there isn't an option to trade. It'd be nice for that to actually have some kind of working mechanic or feature. So I was kind of super distracted at the time, but I think I was actually being asked to go look for antimatter housing, or maybe the blueprint for dark matter, one of the two, and it brought me to this crashed freighter. So I investigated this crashed piece of technology out the front of it, and it gave me the blueprints I needed to build the hyperdrive, because obviously I would need one of those to actually jump between stars. At these freighters, there's usually a couple of things to collect. usually 4, 5, maybe 6 of these. And each one you get something pretty good, bit of waste material, and this Fecium here I'll be keeping. I actually got a freighter module for this one. I'm probably going to be holding that for a little while. Some of the other loot, currency, antimatter housing, and some warp fuel. Pretty good. As I was travelling back home, I stumbled across this little trade hut. Thought I'd investigate. And since he was selling some blueprints, I decided to have a look and get myself the advanced mining laser. That'll be useful for a long time. Oh, data cube. So at the time, I was searching for 5 microprocessors, so this was a good opportunity for me to grab a few of them here, and I also saw the opportunity to grab some copper and some Starship fuel launcher, and then it dawned on me just how expensive this fuel was going to be. I decided to grab a little bit, save half of my money, maybe make a few more sales along the way. I need a better income than this. Some navigation data and some nanites, always nice. Oh, 2 stacks of nanites, excellent. Oh, another data cube. Yes. Oh, and this is why. Look at this. Straight away. On site. That's it. Personal revenge. We've got a problem forever. So while I was looking around, I dug up this buried catch and got an item, something to do with specimen samples. I have no idea what to do with this. I will hold on to it for the time being. Maybe something will become apparent soon. Finally got back home to the mycelial hut and finished off the last bit of the crafting materials we needed to fix our hyperdrive. And while I was scanning through my inventory and all my technology, I remembered I have the advanced mining laser to build. Hermetic seals should be easy, carbon nanotubes, and some wiring, which we can find easy enough. Yep, hop through the portal, go to the local space station so we can get our wiring. There we go, advanced mining laser. So now that I handled a few pieces of technology, I thought I'd jump back out into space and continue with the quest line. Okay, watch this. Yeah, there it is. So after gliding at that altitude for a short while, my ADHD brain kicked in, I ended up flying back out into space, and hey look, there's Tforty. So we decided to go investigate one of the other planets, a planet of light. Alright. Oh, lights. Oh. Oh, how strange. It's like everything is the same shape. Just gonna take it in for a moment. Oops. Panic scan. So we decided to make landfall. There we are, first contact. Have a look around, see what there is, because this place is super interesting. What is that? I'm going to scan it. I'm going to name it. If I don't name it myself, my brother will name it something stupid. Osmolite. Yeah, clever. Yeah, there he is again, perched up on a cliffside, overwatching everything. So it was about at this time we decided to go collect some uranium for fuel, and I got another message from a Korvax who threatened me. Now, I was trying to be reasonable. I was happy just to pay, 32k. I would have been cool with that. I understand how it is. Times are hard. We've all got to make a living somehow. I've been there. And he decides, no, that's not good enough, and decides he wants to have a crack at it. Yes, I accept your challenge. Make sure everything was charged up. Went through it all. And then it was game on. Switch over to shields. With, peace of mind. Learn that rockets bounce off shields. Turns out there was 2 of them. And here's the first one dealt with. like, I know it's because I wasn't shot for a long period of time, but I like to think they let me have my pulse engines back because they want me to leave them alone. The dogfights in this game have so much potential going for them. There's something fun here. Real fun. Anyway, back to whatever we was doing. So as I continued my way to collect some radium with Tforty, he got attacked by some pirates. And this is where I realised, even though we're in a party, for me to lock on to the things that he's targeting was really difficult. And it was kind of like I wasn't actually there in the fight, even though I could see what looked like kind of damage being done. I hope this thing can get sort of worked on. I know No Man's Sky is mostly a solo experience, but there's such potential here for a real good flying space combat game. And a feature like this could easily be tweaked within a cooperative update. That would tweak a load of stuff that makes it, better connected when players link up. Yeah, I thought this whole experience felt pretty cool. It'd be nice if the connective tissue was a bit tighter between cooperative players. I was consistently unsure if I was even doing any damage until this final shot here. But yeah, even though I wasn't informed that Tforty was under attack, I was informed that his ships were defeated. So back to the task of collecting some uranium for our ships. So while flying around, I actually ran out of tritium, so I had to go to an asteroid field, which usually spawns close by if you just stop in the middle of space. And you go, fly over to the edge of it safely and collect some minerals. Yes, landing back on this toxic planet. A little bit of uranium. A little bit of salvage data. We have been collecting these along the way. Ooh, some more red crystals. I'm pretty sure we've been using that. Like feds. It only lasted a moment. So we did continue to carry on playing later on in the day, but we did take a short break. Finished our little break, so let's get back on with stuff. So we got straight back on with collecting some uranium. This will power our ship. It made sense to grab the carbon in the area before I stripped this down, otherwise we'd have destroyed it and missed out. We didn't stay on that toxic hellhole for very long before we both moved on to do different things. I decided to go and do my quest when I got another message from what appeared to be a pirate. Now, you almost have to give them credit. They tried, but he came alone. He had no chance. Oh, look at that, we dealt with him so quickly. It was almost mean. As I was approaching the quest location, I actually spotted just to the side of me the actual building I was going to be sent to. So it made sense just to fly straight over there. Oh, hideous crab creature. And yeah, look at that. So we came in to this abandoned building, cleared the goop out of the system. As the machine turns on, turns out there was still plenty of slime in it that reacted violently. And then, for whatever reason, it printed out the blueprint for antimatter. The last message at the end there about we will find them when the time is right, that was ominous. A little bit of salvage data. And then, while I was flying around, I found the biggest pile of sodium ever. I just had to stop and collect all of it. So we found another building. Checking it out, we found data cube. We also found some encrypted navigation data and 2 stacks of nanites again. Inside, we found a Corvax entity we made friends with, and then we checked out this thing. I think it's an observatory. So after answering this ultimately sophisticated puzzle, we was given the location of some buried treasure on a distant world. So naturally, we had to check it out. So I had a bit of a moment as I approached these ruins, Yeah, it's not the buried treasure I was hoping for. But hey, knowledge. So after speaking with this strange Magitech stone, we was instructed where we could find actual buried treasure. Yeah, here we go. So just like before, 3 keys, 1 and 2. Yeah, where was it? There we are. And there's the 3rd one. And then dig down for the large crate. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, there's no atmosphere on this world, so we'll sit in our ship and we'll have a look. Okay, let's have a look. Ancient shrimp exoskeleton. Approximately 788 years old. A pristine find which, when analysed, will undoubtedly reveal much about the life and habits of the creature left behind. So money. Yep. So I took a moment to fly around. Something about barren worlds like this are abstractly peaceful. Red crystals and blue crystals, then I find a giant yellow one. Look at this. Just take in a moment. Well, I know it's just a backdrop, but yeah, amazing. What's this? I wonder if there's anything we can actually do with them. So, my brother informed me he will be joining me, so I decided to head back out into space and head on home. As I was approaching re-entry, I found this thing. It was absolutely enormous. So naturally, we had to investigate. Yeah, look at it. Absolutely massive. Looks amazing. I wonder if there's something useful here. So I'm still not too sure what we can do here, but we can trade in artifacts for ones that worth roughly about the same amount, which is kind of interesting. We decided to trade that shrimp exoskeleton fossil and got a lyrical brochure 1,000 years old. Very cool. So more or less everything else here worked as a local trade station, except this thing. Local information repository. I guess I pay 15 nanites and it prints out some kind of map for me. I gave it a shot, and given the location, to find more treasure. So I thought, I'd check with the locals, see if they have anything good to trade. They didn't. So we continued heading back to the mycelial hut, and here goes Tforty's house, and there's my house. Home. So I'm starting to run out of inventory a little bit, so I spent a bit of time to organise it. There we go, nice and organised. Lyrical brochure, 1062 years old. The original text of this document has been greatly altered. Entries have been crossed through, written over, and even torn out. Apparently by several different writers. Whatever was written here was hotly contested. I like ancient documents like this. I might keep this one. So I thought I'd jump into my ship, where I didn't consume resources to live, and wait for my brother to get online. It took him a little while to get online. So we decided to go meet up at the space station, because he too wanted to have a look around and see what there was to do there. Yeah, there he is. Whee! Both of us together. Yeah, this would be cool. So, as he ran off to go change his appearance, I thought I'd come to the cartographer. I ended up getting 7 emergency maps and 1 ancient structure, so we can go find some more treasure. Tforty here, deciding on a new skin. Oh yeah, look at this one. This one looks great. Are you done yet? I'll have a little look round. Wait, he's gone. Hey, there he is. Alright, he went for the old actual spaceman look. Yeah, that whole NASA thing going on. I decided to give him a couple of emergency beacons so he could go look for his own crashed ships, hopefully. Gave him a quick rundown on how encrypted data works so he can continue on his own in the future. And I gave him a little salvage data so he can build his teleporter. So we headed back home so for him to finish his house. And then I had this drone enter my house. Look at him, making himself at home. He ain't tolerating that. Yeah, none of that. Get out. Little bit of sodium. So while Tforty was building his house, I thought I'd do some of these charts. I will get round to these emergency ones shortly, but first, let's go find some treasures. Yeah, here we are. You know the drill. 3 keys, 1 and 2, easy, and 3. I did pick up the rest of them. There's no need for me to show you digging up all 6. And then we found the big crate, 1, 2, 3, to get a bit more treasure. So I won't read out every treasure that I find. I think I'll stick to documents, and for everything else, you can explore it for yourself. We located some more treasure. So, found some more keys, found the next large crate, and we was gifted something else to do with flowers. Yeah, not for me. So, with the emergency data, we can either get sent to abandoned buildings, NPCs that are in distress and need a little help from us, crashed freighters, and crashed ships that we can claim for ourselves and eventually scrap for credits. So on our second attempt using these emergency data maps, we found ourselves a crashed ship all to ourselves. Hey, a lovely A-class cargo ship. So I'll fix it up just enough for it to take flight. Pretty much all of these crashed sites, there's this distress beacon. When you speak to it, you can often extract blueprints or some significant loot. You know, antimatter housing, something like this. Teleport receiver, that'll be useful. A little bit more sodium, some damaged machinery, and some salvaged data. Hey, making gains. So here's a strange thing. It's on the surface items, we have to share them, but on the underground items, we can both pick them up. Okay, so this was hilarious. We discovered a way to become very dangerous towards each other. And well, I say we. And he had the nerve to try and bury me alive. I was just trying to help. So we both continued looking at our distress signals to see what we could find. He found 3 consecutive abandoned buildings, and I found this beauty here. Look at it. I didn't even know ships could look like this. It has the same face, but with like TIE fighter wings. Yeah, cool. The crash technology here gave me the hazmat gauntlet. I have a feeling I might need this as well later. So I could see it, and I knew it was aggressive. I had to deal with it. I'm not dying for wildlife, it's not happening. Okay, so here's another thing. My brother, as he's playing, is experiencing extremely vicious weather, to the point where he had to dig himself underground and tunnel back to his ship, but I'm experiencing no weather. And it just seems kind of strange. Why are we not at least experiencing the same conditions? We're meant to be in a sort of team together. So we flew around a little while, And then we used Tforty's emergency data to be able to find this abandoned building. We didn't get much. Yes, those little red boxes we have to share, but little technology modules like this, we can both claim them. It seems odd, I appreciate it that we can get the difficult stuff together, but yeah, it just seems odd. So we headed back to our homes to organise ourselves. Tforty still had a little bit he wanted to do. Yeah, there he is, building his little wooden shack. Yeah, let's go check that out. What? This place looks nicer than mine. So naturally, I had to show off in my own way. Yeah. And you know, for a cargo ship, it isn't that bad looking. I'm not a fan of cargo ships, but yeah, she isn't terrible. See, here's another strange thing. I'm able to build stuff in his base, but he wasn't able to interact with it effectively. So that needs to be looked into. So once he got the power going, we decided to hop over to the space station. I know it might seem strange to scrap the first A-class ship that I get, but I'm not here to play to count every single point. We're here to collect cool looking stuff, and it's not cool enough for me to keep. And we get a few ship mods each time we scrap one, so that's cool. So you're able to give mods to other players if you haven't investigated them. So I gave Tforty that, help him out with his defense. So after salvaging that ship, I made 2.5 mil profit or whatever it was. So I decided to give 500k's worth of goods to Tforty to tide him over for the time being. Should be a small amount, that'll go a long way. From 200k up to 2.2 mil. Yeah, it's pretty good. So as we started to call it a night, I thought I'd show Tforty a little bit around the station, and he learnt how to upgrade his exosuit, so that'll be a nice thing to progress as well. So we decided to scrap that other ship that we found for another 1.2 million credits. Awesome. Tforty logged off. It was getting pretty late into the evening, so I headed back to the mycelial cut. I then jumped onto the construction research unit and decided to purchase all of the stone equipment. Well, a couple of stone things, because I like building out of this stuff. It's easier to source base resources for. Well, that was it for now. We had a good time together hanging out. Co-op definitely needs to be reworked, but nonetheless, whether my brother's online or not, I'll be here. And that's a lot to get through today. So firstly, I did a lot of inventory management. Now that I have a storage place, it's important to keep on top of this. So I was conflicted about which activity to tackle next, whether I should build a decent house or whether I should go looking for the type of ship that I wanted. I ended up choosing to go for the ship because I figured it would probably make it a bit easier to reach other distant stars down the line. And here's one of the space stations I encountered. I tried to enter it and this happened. Yeah. Started getting bashed around from the inside of the building. I didn't want to risk it. Not dying to bugging out against the surface of a space station. That'd be a lame way to lose the account. And our restore point brought us straight back here. So, yeah, straight back into the starting map to try and find another place to go. I had no idea where I went last time, so the idea of going back there was basically zero. I could look through the star chart for ages. It truly is amazing. So we're looking for a dissonance system. It's a shame that it's a Gex system. Wow, Luigi Earth Boy 4. So I located the distant planet, jumped straight to it,
got attacked by a few pirates on the way. Decided not to fight them and just land on the ground. Turns out they all just left after that. So as was flying around this planet, we spied these purple crystals that we've mentioned earlier. And we also had the opportunity to see these flag-like things. The common drop they give is inverted mirrors. We do need these, but they're not so important. Has your multi-ton starship also got trapped on the tip of a flagpole? So, another one of those flags, destroy that. Not sure what that is, but it's not what we're looking for. We'll come back if it's really important. Make sure you get all of them. I've said this before about roaming on dead planets. There's something peaceful about it. I don't mind this. It's a shame that it's nighttime. But yeah, flying around, looking for things to shoot. Oh, target. Yeah, I decided to land. Let him fly by. Everyone's got to make a living, and, you know, some of us have it harder than others. He doesn't need me on his case. So I found more of that, what looked like rubble from before, but I found 2 stacks of it next to each other, so I had to investigate. I didn't get much, but I think I'm missing something. Oh, sodium? Nope, apparently shooting sodium doesn't work. Ooh, they're very strange. Now I have to check these out. Okay, these look amazing. They look really cool. This needs more lore built on it. But I don't need navigation data. Yep, we basically shoot every single flag we come across. Yeah, get some of that hydrogen while we're at it. We'll blast this one too. We finally got the item we was looking for. This is an echolocator. A curious mesh of old and new technology. A hybrid between 2 entirely separate methods of creation. Nonetheless, this location tracing device appears fully functional. Nice. Get me some big red crystals. More big red crystals. Ooh, more. Purple crystals. Or are they pink crystals? Doesn't matter. I need the radiant shards from them, and I'm going to need a lot of them. Yay, sodium. Ooh, oxygen. So a quick check of my inventory actually revealed I had 2 echolocators to use, but nowhere to use them on this planet. Time to find another distant star. So I pretty much got jumped for my precious cargo as soon as I arrived. But it didn't take too long, we did deal with them. Found our dissident planet. This one was a cold planet. Shot down a couple flags, but got attacked by some sentinels. Realised I was outnumbered, so I hid in the cave. So I was enjoying myself flying around, and I stumbled across a settlement. This looks really cool from this angle. Spent a bit more time flying around and then decided to use an echolocator. Now this tells me the location of a ruined structure that will give me some really nice loot. Here we are. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is why we didn't get a multi-tool earlier. Because we want this one. So we came over to the terminal just close by, listened to whatever alien gibberish it wanted to give us, answered all the necessary prompts so we could deactivate the multi-tool lock and go and claim it for ourselves. Check this out. Oh, that's so much nicer. Oh, it actually looks like a useful tool. This is coming with us. And it's a B rank. And after that, we came back to the terminal to locate a dissonance spike. A very useful thing for us. Before I set off, I did the necessary upgrade and component swaps for the multi-tools. So we jumped into the radiant pillar to go investigate that that dissident spike. And behold, this is what a dissonant spike is. Each dissident star system has a unique sentinel ship, and every single one of them's beautiful. This is ours. First, we'll check if there's any salvageable data, or Pagnium, our new fuel source. I got jumped by some pirates. I genuinely thought this might be a problem. Yeah, no, I thought this was actually the end. So I did the smartest thing I could think of and hid in a hole. Once the coast had cleared, I investigated my new plane. Blessed random symbol. Got some Pagnium, some of that mysterious glass, and this Hyrulean brain. We take this brain over to one of these monoliths, and after speaking to the monolith with one of these brains, the brain calms down, becomes harmonic. Let's take it back. See, I didn't know random trading NPCs can just land anywhere. Let's see what he's got for sale. You got any nip? Here we go. Returning back to the blessed ship. We plug its brain back in with a couple of extra features. Look at all of that. So we claimed it. We spent 10 minutes moving everything we could over. Yeah, our radiant pillar can keep her shield modules. She's earned it. Here we are. Her maiden voyage. I would show you the colour and the transformation, but it was hideous, so I'm not going to. On our first flight, her rockets got destroyed, and I decided to make a very quick landing. Saw this was new for me. Had a look around this planet, on foot this time. Look at this thing, look at it, look at its face. It doesn't have one. Big yellow crystal. Yep, got the little bits too. Some floating salvage data. Whatever this is. So, we chose another star to hop to. There you go, look at the back end of this. I'm sure you understand. Here we are. The Menal system. Sure. We scanned around, found our dissonant planet, and headed straight over there. The atmosphere on this planet was so bad, at one point I was forced to make this sit maneuver to be able to not crash into the ground. Yeah, so we had a look around, hoping things might look better. But the whole planet was this mountainous region. I did see a nuclear planet, so I wanted to check that out. But before I did, I'd check in at the local space station. We checked the trading terminal. Not much. Here's the colour, the shape of it. Blue and yellow is not for me. We remembered to get our exosuit upgrade. Hey look, I think this is merchants. I wonder if we can trade you anything. Ooh, Gek. Have a look. That's my salvage data. What jobs do you have in the system? Look at them. Look at them bulbous eyes. As soon as we arrived, we spot a building. We thought we'd check it out. Durac Alpha. So we found this building, this hideous creature. I was gonna treat it nicely, then I got the option to pat it on the head. Oh, I hate Gek so much. Solved this absolute mind-bending puzzle without that goblin's help. Yeah, I didn't bother with the treasure at this point. I just hopped into the next system. We're looking for another distant planet because we need a better ship than this one. So I arrived here to a freighter battle. Well, pirates attacking a freighter. So we dealt with them and got invited to go see, well, whoever the captain of this ship was that I just saved. So I fly on over. No, we're not going to talk about how weird that looked. We ran straight over to the captain. Hello. Now the first freighter you claim is totally free, so you got to make sure it counts. We did get a look at it on the way in, and it's a cargo freighter. Now, I already have a plan for what freighter I want, so I just told this guy to pay me. Yeah, I don't want any average freighter. I want a 7-segment dreadnought. So we flew over to our distant planet. Definitely had a better atmosphere. Yeah, the weather conditions seemed easier to deal with. The colour palette was nice. The clouds were nice and thin. I used an echolocator to find out where we should be going. Yeah, this seems nice. Let's have a look at the wildlife. Well, you're not super ugly. A bit strange, but not the worst I've seen. Another one of them flower creatures. I'm having one of them giant beetles. Yeah, this seems like a nice place to relax for a while. Oh, it's you. Welcome back. So as you've seen, I've built myself a lovely little house. But we've got still plenty of things to do. Here is my inventory. A little stock check. So today I was graced with some company of my brother. Here he is. Coming in, making a scene. Just casually cruising in. Impressed by my build. I can see his light through a concrete floor. Okay. So I brought him over here to explain this harmonic frequencies to him. After talking him through all this. Yeah, here we are. Come over here. Take it. We was unsure at the time if him taking that multi-tool was going to stop me getting it. But I insisted that he get it anyway. It turns out we could have both got one, so we went over to the pink and purple crystals. I'm not sure. Someone tell me if it's pink or purple. I'm going to go with purple. What this Atlantathena stuff is. Like, I know it's relevant to late endgame content, but we was unsure. So in my infinite wisdom, I decided to shoot this thinking that my laser beam would do a bit more damage. I was wrong. So, after realizing the shitstorm we was in, decided to make a run for the house. Yeah, come this way. Had the good sense of building an escape hatch inside of my building. No, don't go that way. It's dangerous. This way. Yes, the escape tunnel. I want to make this a really long tunnel that goes on for ages, so if I ever want to leave my building. So as it turns out, being underground didn't really do much. The Sentinels could still find us, so we decided just to make a break for it. Get into our ships and just go. Gotta love a good fight with the Sentinel ships, said nobody. We decided to go to the space station. Yeah, this is one of the nicer ones. It looks lived in. Very cool. It's the smaller things in this game that end up adding up. Hey, pirate station. Let's have a look around. I believe this is the de facto captain. A portal with strange restrictions around it. A strange multi-tool that looks edible. A grey market. Tforty finally joined us. He's obsessed with the solar sails. There's something about them that are beautiful and I 100% agree. So, speaking to another Korvax, piracy entity Ribano had a chance to ask him about the voice of freedom. And according to him, only the strong get the invitation, so that was very nice. We have a scrap dealer who sells illegal mods. We have a bounty master. This guy hands us missions in the pirate system. Usually easy things. Every station has an exosuit upgrade, don't forget it, and that includes pirate systems. Hey, look at this cargo ship. Look at the storage balls on this. That's incredible. Definitely not for me. Oh, this has to be a health and safety violation. Oh no, ill safe. Hello, Tforty. Would you like to be on a team with me? Spaceman? Hey yo, what up, Beck? I see you got some nip-nip. I will take the lot. So we headed back to my place. So we decided to take the time to learn how this harmonic interface works. And must have spent about 5 minutes right here talking to Tforty about what to do to get this started. So while we was talking about possible plans that we had for our future here on No Man's Sky, I got super distracted, forgot what I was doing. So the planet I'm on, where I've built my house, at least, has gravitational anomalies like this. I discovered I could fly really high. Something about this is unbelievably satisfying. Yeah, I don't even feel like I'm in danger. Yeah, what could go wrong? After about half an hour or so, I finally remembered what I was meant to be doing. Looking for a ship on this planet. So we wasted absolutely no time in flying right over there. Yeah, it didn't take too long to fly on over. Find that little spot. Here she is. Bless her. Let's go check it out. Oh yeah, beautiful folded wings. The face looks nice. 2 little beauty spots, an underbite. Shame about the colours. Yeah, it's like nothing to complain about it, but the orange and grey, it's not really for me. I'm looking for something a bit more mysterious. You find this autophage thing basically in every single Crash Sentinel. I'm not sure what it is, but I like to feed them every now and then. They say weird stuff. Okay, let's get you patched up, sweetheart. I'll remove this. Let's get you checked. So once we've got all the necessary ingredients, we take this Hylian brain over to a monolith site. I can kind of understand why a thinking machine that's crashed and incapable of repairing itself would become manic. So before I actually fixed that brain, I got distracted by seeing this. I've never seen so much navigation data naturally forming in one patch. It's surreal. Tforty Games checking out, like a responsible shooter, blasts right next to me. Once it landed, I told him to take all of this navigation data because I have more than I'll ever need. We'll take one. That was cool. Once again, got back on track, and we took this Hylian brain, no doubt a Sentinel ship having a panic attack, to this beautiful looking monolith, and we got it fixed up to a harmonic brain. Time to go return it. There it is. Here we go. Yeah, brain going there. Very good. Compare. I'm not going to use it, but we're going to claim her anyway. You're coming with me. Sodium. A little bit of oxygen. My laser beam is longer than your laser beam. So I tried to explain what these resonator things were. I ended up just taking him over to have a look at one. Yeah, destroy these things. It's important to stay topped up on these radiant shards when looking for Sentinel ships. Whether you're trying to fuel your ship or actually trying to repair them, you need to stay on top of it. So when you see a cluster, land, go get it. So a part of looking for Sentinel ships is understanding that each dissonant world where you can encounter them actually has only one type of Sentinel ship on that planet. It will be the same colours and the same shape, and the only thing that will change for each search will be its class. So once you've seen whatever ship is on that planet and you want to see more, you see one, get back into space and locate another dissonant world. Now just here, Tforty called me back to the planet. The inner PvP player in me just craves situations like this. Do you think it looks weird to see a ship moving like this? So Tforty made the point that this planet's pretty dark for a long time. So he decided that he was going to go make the decision to build on a previous planet. And I thought, I'd go visit him. It's hands on sight. I feel no remorse. I figured this was a pretty good opportunity to get a good look at the birds. I really do like the way the wings tuck into themselves with this design. So this is the one I found, and here's Tforty's he found in a different place, looking identical. So I didn't leave it in the edit, there was no need for me to do it twice. But here we are. I actually have two of the same model, and he has a third one there, all from the same planet, of course. So before moving on, I decided to pay a visit to the space station. There's some stuff we need to get rid of. They do look nice, but both of these orange sentinels were C-class, so we scrapped them. While at the station, I checked with the guild to see if anything was different. Yeah, no. So we sold all of that scrap material and walked away with about 60 mil. And now that that was done, we headed back to the star map to find out where we could go next. Haluchal 2, 181 light years away, Korvax, dissonant. Bit of a rude upskirt image of our ship there, there was no need for that. So once we arrived, I had a look around the planets and look at this space station. I just had to check this one out. Tell me that's not a mass relay. Look at that. That is this. Look at it. Fantastic. Let's check it out. Oh, the color palette wasn't great. It was almost perfect. Okay, so after telling Tforty that I'd found a mass relay, he insisted on coming to this to check it out for himself. So we both jumped into the star map to try and find a way to navigate using each other's descriptions of the stars around us to map him over to where I was. This took quite a bit of time for us to get a sense of this is the 0 point we will both measure from. From different stars, this took a little while, and by the end of this process, we now have this kind of conceptualized ability to be able to follow star patterns to meet up with each other from different star systems, which I thought was incredible. We found that using the life form category of stars, and we'd go like from Viking stars and Korvax stars, and we sort of mapped a little route using this once we did synchronize to each other. Okay, so like just here, we managed to find one star that we could meet up in the middle. We lined it to the center of the galaxy and got these two red Viking systems to line up like Orion's belt. That was the conceptualized idea we was going with. And here, after about 30 challenging minutes, he read out the star system Haluchal 2. Finding ways to navigate the star system was unbelievably satisfying to pull off. So when he arrived, we did have a little celebration. And to commemorate, we called this place Mass Relay System. Even though the system was trivial, I still immediately got into a dogfight with a Korvax. Yeah, he didn't last very long though. After that little scuffle, we decided to go and actually check out the dissonant planet on this system. This place looked amazing. So we used our record locator to find one of these ruined little sites. While I was out, I made a new friend. Yeah, this is a pretty cool feature. If it's big enough, you can ride them. Yeah. So I maxed out my thinking capacity to solve these mind-shatteringly difficult riddles. Naturally, I succeeded. After that, we decided to go check the wreckage. See how she's doing. Is she good looking? Let's find out. Oh yeah, this one's nice. Folding wings, sleek back on the end, mandibles, but 3 eyes. Oh, the lasers come from the outside going into the middle. Oh yeah, this one's a beauty. Very sleek, very long looking for a Sentinel ship. Yeah, tons going on at the back at the engines. Nice colour palette all the way over her. Oh, she's even got armor plating on the top. Yes. Yeah, this one's nice. Probably the best looking one so far. Come here, sweetheart. Let me help you. Let's get you fixed. Oh, A-class. We got time for you. Yep, straight to a monolith. This one looks cool. Diamond with a hollow center. Cool. Hey baby girl, it's me. Oh yeah, you go. A-class, you're mine. So I spent a few minutes moving some stuff over to claim this as my primary ship. Beautiful Sentinel. Oh yeah. New ship's maiden voyage. Decided to have a fly around and meet back up with my brother. Yes, thought we'd have a little cruise around this planet, with a nice colour palette to it. Very gentle on the eyes, things seem very chill here. I kept getting distracted, just flying around, just looking at stuff, seeing what there was. Eventually I got back on track, so here we are. The Tforty here was following one of the quests. Something about pirates and him getting that early ship given to him. Looks like the ship's rattling. Oh yeah, it was. It was very eager to leave. Do you see this? Look how much there is. Oh yeah, sodium. Sodium. Tforty not taking any chances with that dinosaur. Looking around, I saw this. How strange. It died stood upright. Crazy. So when in space around this star, space seemed really dark red. While I was pulsing between the planets, I encountered a friendly Korvax. To be honest, I thought I was going to get into a fight, but apparently he just wanted to show me his cargo. He had junk. So I grabbed a couple radiant shards before I did anything else. Gotta make sure your top's up on those. We hopped into space, opened up the star map, and spent the next 10 minutes looking around. Until we found a star that actually had the criteria we wanted. Dissonant, Korvax, and I forgot my economy scanner in this ship, so we just gave it a shot and made the jump. Yeah, that's how our new ship looks from behind. That's hot. We like this. I'm gonna take a moment to appreciate this. We've arrived. Loskov system. Hey, this system has a nice looking station. We should check it out. Okay, let's take care of a few things since we're here. So the first thing I did was switch over to the yellow and blue monstrosity. Took everything out that was important. And we scrapped it. She's been useful, but she gotta go. So I know it looks like I just scrapped a ship full of loot, but I did remember to take all of the stuff out the cargo hold before coming back and scrapping this for 16.5 mil. I take a brief moment to reinstall all the stuff back onto my ship, like the economy scanner and various mods. Yeah, all 3 items that I actually have to send over. Oh, you guys have Pagnium. All of it, please. After that, we thought we'd check the exosuit upgrade. We will pretty much focus on upgrading technology for now. I ran around a little bit talking to NPCs, wondering if anyone would sell me a bit of nip-nip. Nope. Since no one would let me bum a smoke, I decided to go check out the dissonant planet of this area. Cabled world. That sounds interesting. Copper, gold, magnetized ferrite. Wonder what this looks like. So we had a race to see who'd get there first. Oh well, this is strange. Every plant and everything here just looks like these orb things. So we had a little fly around. Saw one of them, a dissonant crab looking things. I want to blast it, get its crystal heart. Then I realised we're not in a pirate system. So I've now got sentinels on my back, and we decided just to get out of here. Instead of fighting them, we decided just to make a hop to the anomaly. I'm pretty sure we had some stuff to do here as well. So hey, let's fly on in. Yes, into the center of what looks like a neutron star or something. What a great entrance. Here we are. So I should clarify at this point, I completely forgot why I actually came to the anomaly. So I basically just arrived, ran all the way to the shop, opened up the kiosk to upgrade my armor, and ran straight back to my ship. Well, I didn't even interact with anyone, just to leave and go straight back to where I was again. But at least I wasn't being attacked now, so I did a thing. So straight after leaving the anomaly, I just pulled the star map straight up because I wanted to go find my next dissonant planet. It was about at this time as well, Tforty was also trying to make a hop for the Artemis quest. So we was both flicking through different planets to try and find one. And sure enough, we both got kind of distracted just reading out some of the names and just gawking at the way the star system works here. But hey, eventually we did pick one. We sailed on one star and both jumped to it from different places. Welcome to Pi Sky 15. You can see just here the moment we both arrive in the system. Yeah, this is a nice looking station. Let's check it out. Here we go. Hey, the colour palette's not terrible in here. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. So now that we're here, first thing we do, we upgrade our exosuits. One into tech, please. Next thing we do, we check the market. Oh, all of your Pacnium, please. Thank you. So by this point, it was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and we were still just totally distracted, playing around, just eyeballing, just random stuff. We saw a ship, we'd stop and we'd talk about it. So I was trying to give a list of things that each Sentinel ship has an appearance of, and so I came over to jump on my mandibles. While with this one, we can see what looks like a really sharp chin or an underbite. Since we was at our new station, I thought I'd ask around the NPCs. Maybe someone had some nip. So while we was messing around, Tforty discovered that while standing on a ship and it flies off, he got thrown around, which we thought was absolutely hilarious. So we both jumped onto this one to see if we could replicate the effects. We were standing around for a couple of minutes, so Tforty had the idea to go down and speak to the NPC, and as soon as he opened the dialogue, the guy flew off. Yeah, this is the guy that did it, so if you see him around, give him a piece of your mind, and don't you dare say all Korvax look the same. Anyway, we left the station and had a look around some of the planets here. There was only 3 planets in the area, and I had to fly through these rings to get to the other one. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So we decided to go check out the boiling planet with the ring, because the other 2 just, well, they both seemed pretty bad. So we went for the boiling planet because that seemed safer. You discovered Odega Station. So we flew around on this planet for a little while. It was really bright, so yeah, it was kind of enjoyable. And I come across my first trading outpost. So naturally, we investigated. Yeah, it didn't have much to offer. Still nice though. Hey bro, don't suppose you got a bit of nip you want to sell me? So I was having a scan around, looking for salvage data, I think. And I saw this. Double take. Look at it. I just had to check this out. This monstrosity is 3 meters tall. Yeah, so we left that planet almost immediately after that discovery and headed somewhere else. Yeah, let's go here. A nice atopic planet. Aggressive sentinels as well. No, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Hostile ships approaching.
Old reliable. Wait,
Extreme
what?
sentinel
There's a cave here? There's caves here? Ah, I see. This is where we get cobalt from. I need to get out of here somehow. Yeah, this looks right. This looks like I dug this. I got turned around somehow and found these subterranean relics. I still don't know what they're for. After running around down there for ages, I just decided to dig up. And it worked. Oh, there she is. Let's go. 5% life support. I got a little nervous at the end there. Round. It's been a couple days since I last edited any videos, and it's been a little longer since I recorded this footage, so I can't really remember what my overall arc was. Hey, have a look at this building. This is something to do with a recycling style mini-game side quest feature. I'm definitely going to check this out. So I hopped over to the neighbouring galaxy to go meet Tforty. He said he had something to show me there. So we head right back to Mimato system. And then as soon as I got there, he said, "You need to go into the anomaly," so we did that instead. So we jumped in, wasting no time, and came across this beauty. Our first encounter of a living ship. I think they look genuinely amazing. Hey, what up, Tforty? Let's link up. Hey, check this guy out. Look at him go. Look at him dance. Check out the space whale. This thing's beautiful. Wide fins, nice and long. It's got that like glass eye thing going on in the front. I've seen this guy standing right outside of Tforty's ship, like he's trying to pose with it. You want to battle me? Let's go. Although, I only have 2 friends to take with me today. Tforty, the mycelial, and this flying pink thing. Let's fight. So, I'm pretty sure he let me win the first match. And then he had a second match against this person here, called Enraged, with his hideous skin. Yeah. Tforty was talking me through it, and the guy was hitting in the thousands. It was basically not even a fight. Take my data, tree boy. Let's fight again. So on the next fight, he tried to do a little trick, and the fight after that, he actually fought me properly. This fish in a bowl wouldn't speak to me unless my back was turned to him. And then we had a fight, and he kicked the hell out of me. I investigated the customization of my Sealy elk. I can put cannons on him. My elk has cannons on its side. That'll make it safer. I found out I needed a Gravitino coil for the recycling minigame. And upon closer examination, I realised fishing rod costs 1 nanite, and you get free bait. So it took ages to make a decision on one weapon. We decided to go with the pulse splitter. Here it is, Gravitino coil, multiple pulse splitter upgrades. This shouldn't take too long to build. Yeah, we'll get right onto that. So we left the anomaly, headed over to our current star systems, and I actually jumped straight to a new star system called Venuska 9. We were headed over to the space station to do our usual routine there. And while heading over there, Tforty told me that somebody had given him a void egg. This thing. Void egg, living curiosity, an anomalous egg. The shell is tough and leathery. It twitches when touched. A faint tapping can be heard coming from within. From time to time, it even appears to sing. He let me hold it, so let's return it back to him. There we go. So I had to get rid of some Corvette parts out my ship, so we stashed them. Scrap dealer. Oh, the guy that does the freighters. Only the most elite pilots can fly like this. Behold, right on the spot. Oh yeah, it doesn't crash into anything. Mad tech skills. So at this point, we're absolutely convinced No Man's Sky is a game only made of side quests. So I'm just minding my own business, organising my inventory. Tforty puts down fireworks. I didn't even know this game had fireworks. I don't even know how we got them. So we took our time and enjoyed these. Yeah, that's cool. It's a really useless, cool thing to have in the game. Wonder what happens if I touch it. Is it safe to touch this firework? Oops. Roaming Geobay. Yeah, I need to get myself a car. Oh, saw an opportunity to get some of these resonators. Yee, we'll make this. Wait, what did you do to my multi-tool? We'll collect some carbon, some crystals, and it's a good opportunity to test the gravity out. Oh my. Does it hold momentum? It does. Oh no. I need to I can weaponize this. So I composed myself and went back to carbon collecting. Look how far I can jump. Look at me go. Yeah, zoomies. Oh, that's a nice sight. You're not welcome here. I'm gonna go check things out down there. I decided to take the approach of dig a tunnel straight over to it. It took a little while, and the path got really narrow. Things got weird down here. That's a long way down. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. We'll just dig down. It'll be fine. Make a tunnel. So we made a tunnel down. For some reason, it stopped cutting the ground. So, yeah, that was awkward. So I headed straight back up. I tried cutting it from the edge of the wall, and that didn't work either. Do you think that's a lethal drop? So I tried making like little nodes I could possibly jump on, and that just kind of made things worse. So I was just trying to latch onto the edge, and well, this happened. But we did fine. Let's have a look around. What's down here? Kobolds. Oh, what are these subterranean relics? Come and look at my solar sail, said Tforty. Hey, that's pretty good. Let's have a good look at that one. Oh, it's got a spider face going on. Look at that. But like, the grill is like fangs and it's got the 4 eyes. We'll grab some of these crystals. Thought we'd check out the water. It turns out the water here is warmer than the actual air. I tried to make friends with this fish here. It wasn't interested. Clearing up local pests. I found myself just cruising around, seeing what I saw. And I saw this. So naturally, I tried shooting it. And when that didn't work, I decided to investigate. Listen. That's a sentient plant. This is the second one I've seen and it's completely different to the others. I love these things. I think they're amazing. Alright, we'll open a little one, find out what it drops. Nothing special, and apparently I alerted the police. It's probably not safe jumping around like this on a permadeath account, but I got a jetpack, I'm gonna fly around. Hey, it's an autophage thing. I wonder if it's alive. More crystals for the crystal machine. I still need more salvage data. Look at my pet. I found out right now that I can ride it. Yeah, this is awesome. Look at me go. Look at Tforty go. And then he found out he could boost on his. So that was pretty cool. One of my pets must always be a mount. This is a cool feature. Crashed ships with roots growing through them. Oh, and we found some salvage data underneath it. Just chilling. There's the ship. Hey, sweetheart. What's up? Yeah, let's head back to the base. We've got stuff to do. Let's build ourselves a car. There's all the ingredients ready. We're gonna stick it outside. Give it a little spin. We had to head over to Tforty's place for some tritium. We'll jump right over. Why have you got to grow here? Not going to ask any questions. Thanks for the tritium. I'm going home. I saw nothing. Then we had to build this summoning station. This allows me to summon my car anywhere on the planet. So that's great. So we built a landing station for the ship and we painted our car red and white. Beautiful. So I encountered some difficulties. So we made a few modifications to the house. Right here, I discovered what was so dangerous about gravitational worlds. Oh, that's got to be lethal height. I really want to make stuff with this Atlantidium stuff. Put a door here, so we can just walk in. Finally, get an opportunity to land this beautiful bird in a parking spot. Fantastic. Stood around AFK for about 20 minutes. Behold. It's my car. Let's do something with this. I want more laser beams. Yeah, there we go. I want a more powerful laser beam. Now, I want suspension. Drifting suspension. Stick a radar on it. Actually, a more powerful radar on it. I needed some solar mirrors, so we headed to the station to grab some, so I can have a Cyclops scope. Yeah. Now this is one of the best features of No Man's Sky, being able to jump into one of these and just drive around. I could actually just chill roaming on some of these planets. I got caught driving on Nip Nip, so I had to make a getaway from the Sentinels. Oh, so there's a new way to enjoy gravity planets. Yeah, I need more speed. I got way too self-absorbed just driving around, launching myself off cliff faces, that I kind of forgot what I was doing a lot of the time. I just wanted to find like the biggest lip I could get like curve on, get some momentum. I then became curious if I could roll them. Yes, you can. We did come out to go collect pink crystals, carbon and oxygen, so we'll get back on track. The laser does not absorb sodium from the plants, so I had to come out and get it myself. But it's not too bad. Ah yes, we love sodium. we checked out this salvageable container. Yeah, it took me a minute to figure out, but once I figured it, mine all these pieces off, and mine this bit in the middle. Rare item found. Corroded storage unit. I wish these items had more use than it's rare. Got back on track. Radiant shards. Yeah, summoned my vehicle right in a gravitational thing. It did nothing. Behold, I think this is a sentinel border pillar. Pylon? I'm not sure. It looks really important, and I think I'm going to go break it. So I snuck past the sentinels in case they were hostile, and ran over to this fancy looking terminal. Shut down sentinel forces? Okay. So planetary sentinels disabled. So what? That's it then? Oh, it really is. That's it. What's a hard frame engine? Ah well, at least I remember. I gotta shoot these to get a little extra loot. I got nothing from all three of them. Yeah, our first Corvette pieces. Cool. There's that hard frame engine thing. Ah, excellent. So I got back into the car, and to be honest, I just had a good old time driving around. Shooting some stuff, seeing what I could see. The general activity of just driving around a world that's quite peaceful. It's entertaining. Yeah, I've sped up the footage here, but it was, a chill time, getting the crystals I need. Every now and then I'd scan around. To be honest, I don't really think I was looking for anything in particular. I just wanted to spend time in this world. And this is one of the points that I made when starting this series, which was there's something special in this game that isn't really highlighted, and I'm not really too sure how to highlight this feature specifically. I can't really give a fair review because I'm not a big fan of driving games. The noise drives me mad, and to be honest, that's the weakest feature of driving around in these buggies, the whirring, but that's a personal taste issue. The activity itself is engaging enough for me to be able to tolerate that, and that's really saying something. Yes, I will handle the shit sandwich part of this mini game feature because the game itself is fun. And so, there's a little bit of grind to everything that's good for life. But I can definitely feel why this part of the game is also underutilized for people who like racing games or like driving games. It has a satisfying feeling for someone who doesn't. So, yeah, I'd like to hear what someone else's opinion is on that. Now, I'm not trying to big up the game for any specific reason, other than for what I sort of personally set out to do. And believe me, there's some features or some ideas that go through the community around features that I will definitely be chewing the ear off. One in particular came up about the idea of coming up with specialized player design blueprints for Corvettes. And when I heard this person say this would be a game-changing feature, now I can kind of understand why the game feels like an infinitely sized shallow puddle. Especially if the developers are listening to fan or community ideas like this. Would it be cool? Yes. Would it bring players into the No Man's Sky player base? Hell no! Most people don't even get that far. We'll talk about tweaks that can be made in a much later video. I have a project for that. Here we are. This is everything we collected. Yeah, I'd count that as a good day here. Now I did technically log off. So I was talking with Tforty in the anomaly for a bit, and then he had to go do his own thing, and then I met someone. This guy. And I encountered the generosity of this game's player base. And my word, this is like nothing else I've ever seen on any video game. So that guy gave me a whole bunch of eggs, and then told me to set a respawn point, and then we headed back over to the egg sequencer. This is an egg sequencer. It messes with DNA. So we put an egg in there, a boundary horror, and the guy I was with instructed me on how to do this, so let me see if I can get this right. Weight is HP scaled against agility, and aggression is ability scaled with attack, maybe? One option is temperament, how much it will do things for itself, and the other one is color palette. I put it through the machine twice. I wanted to get something right. Yeah, gene splicing's never gone wrong before, it'll be fine. Okay, so this is the egg this guy gave me. Let's hatch it open. Look at that, it's amazing! Oh yeah, phasing through the floor as well, we love that. Oh, very cool. I should call it Metroid. This is Enraged the Immortal. This was our sponsor for today. Well, probably for the next few weeks on our account. We will get through to this. Looking like a Chad over there. Mr. Generous. You have seen nothing until you have seen the friendliness of No Man's Sky. He ended up telling me about different exploits that this game has, about how all the eggs he gave me he managed to copy back. Yeah, let me show you this face. Yeah, look at that. That's spectacular. That's hideous. The mystery other race. I nearly got chef knifed by a tonberry. Look at him. Whoa, wasted no time. Oh man, I hate Gek. Look at them. I'm sure every single one of them's a criminal. Yo, what kind of pet is this? I didn't know I could find skeletal pets. Is that legit? Then Enraged started filling my pockets with this stuff. All of these mods, like telling me that it was no big deal. I didn't know what to do, so I gave him the last 2 Nip buds that I had. What would you guys do? I had no money. So, I'm definitely going to share some of this stuff with Tforty. I'm never going to be able to get through all this stuff on my own. And then he started dropping food in my bag. I didn't even know there was food. Yeah, he said he liked these ones, so I gave him some of those back. I had to make space, and he gave me 20 not rare candies. Oh, my ship was filled with mods, those eggs that he gave me. I didn't know what to do with it. I flicked back to my inventory to see he's filled it with storage augmentations. I gave half of them back to him. I'll keep 30 and I'll give 30 to Tforty. He continued to fill my inventory with other stuff. Right here, he gave me something called an Iron Vulture. I don't even know what that is. And he gave me 10 of them. And he continued to fill my inventory with other stuff. Like exosuit expansions. Gave me multiple stacks of those. He also gave me some stuff for my freighter. I don't even have a freighter. I kept this in because it sounded good. Oh yeah, that was a tremendous amount of stuff. I had no idea what to do with all this. I must have said thanks man like 50 times to this guy. I was bewildered by his generosity. I've come from a game like RuneScape and everyone's all up for sharing knowledge everywhere all the time. It's got a friendly player base, but nothing like this. Champion invitations, something to do with the not Pokemon game. Behold my inventory. There's so much stuff here I just literally didn't know what to do. He gave me repair kits and actually told me how to use them. The importance of actually reading information. He then berated me for the fact that I was complaining about inventory space after he gave me so many inventory slots. So we upgraded that. Can't forget the technology. What would your TISM do? Put 1 extra slot in tech or 1 extra slot in inventory? I chose inventory. Horrifying gooey delight? That sounds interesting. A complete Iron Vulture. Times 10. Look at that inventory. And all of that space. He then spent 5 minutes talking about how he's proficient at griefing permadeath. Little did he know, I'm English, and I like this kind of enticement. So I followed him back to his place, after he offered a gentle invitation. I wasn't stalking, I realised it sounded like that. So as I was heading back to my ship, I've come across this fool. Look at him. Chilling on my ship like this. What an idiot. Hopefully he's safe. Oh yeah, look at this bird. Doesn't she look good from this side? That's a nice. So here we are, at Enrage's system. And he has a pirate ship as his freighter. Oh yeah, that's so reassuring. That makes me feel really safe. What a beautiful space station. Hints of war. That probably counts as a mature joke. Yeah, we arrived at his space station, and he arrives on his Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. Hey man, genuinely if you see this video, thank you. I sold a few mods and ended up walking away with like
50,000 nanites. He then wanted to show me one of his other ships that he had. Behold, I'm gonna take it easy. Check this out. Every corner of this ship is stunning. We got talking about the Corvette system, and he insisted that he give me a few parts, asking if I had an Auron. I don't know what that is, but this is all the stuff I've got in Corvettes. Oh, now I have all of this stuff too, I guess. That's a whole nother thing for another time. I'm not ready for Corvettes. He then insisted on teaching me how to break the game indefinitely, and showed me how, and then things went way too far. I ended up giving him loads of these back. He tried to give me a bunch, I really did give the vast majority back. I kept 6, and I'll be giving him away to other players. A little glimpse into endgame. Here it all is. So we got to get through all this stuff. We've got to organise it, and we've got to give some of this away. It's like coming round from a drunken stupor. The next night, I don't even know what galaxy I'm in. So I'm going to hit the portal, and I'm just going to head straight back to my place. I'm not one to dine and dash, but getting love bombed like that makes me uneasy. Here we are. Igor's Chapel, home at last. Okay, so here's our stuff. We have one safe, and we have no place to put anything. Oh no. We're going to have to do something about this. Pull up the anomaly. Hey, here it is. Fly right in there. This thing's awesome. I actually love entering it every time. And we'll run straight over to get what we need. It's nice to see that it's quite active during this time of day. I'm not too sure what time of day it was when I recorded this, but, you know, it was nice to see a lot more people. We actually brought safe number 1 and safe number 2. And for possibly the first time on this entire playthrough, I stayed focused. I mostly stayed focused. There was a couple of things that got me distracted, but I stayed focused on the task I was trying to do. Get to the anomaly, get the safe, get back. I count it as staying focused because I didn't go off to do any other activities in the meantime. That was a nice descent, smooth transition from the anomaly to the home. Safe 1, here we are, and safe 2. Awesome. I'll have to put different things in each one. Okay, so like, in this container, I've put all the stuff that I want to give Tforty, but before I sort of finish up in this container, I wanted to talk about these. These are the eggs that enraged person gave me. And you can see that some of these look strange. Corrupted quad egg, mecha mouse egg. I have no clue what kind of things are going to come from these eggs. I don't want to just hatch them. I kind of want to keep them as little treasures from, you know, a time of great friendship. I will get round to probably copying these and hatching them, so that'll be an interesting one. The egg system is definitely worth exploring. So here is all of the elements and base materials I've got. Oh, actually, speaking about eggs, let's go check out that Metroid thing I've got. Yeah, this thing's amazing. It actually looks adorable. So every few days, in my camp where I've built my base, these wheelbarrows here refill. And they also have a high chance of rolling an in-game currency. So while the game doesn't have an economy and a proper trade system and an MMO communication with itself, it's fine that I can just pick these up at any time to an infinite supply. The thing that makes it bad though is that it means that everything from these little wheelbarrows here will have zero value if we see it as a supply and demand issue, but the supply is this infinite pool that never ends and I could just build my base right on top of this infinite pool that never ends. It doesn't matter how big of a demand you create, the item is still valued at 0. Because there is no challenge of acquirement, there is no time investment. If you go and touch grass for 2 days, the items just respawn right inside your house. And we end up creating a similar effect when it comes down to item generosity in this game. I appreciate the fact that
Everybody knows that no items have value because you can just infinitely copy every item within the game's willing exploits, and as a result, the player base isn't tight-fisted about that one. And I appreciate that. The player base is aware that no item has value in this game, so they're willing to just give them away, even if it's the end tier of end tier items. Items I don't even understand, and yet it doesn't matter. They can just copy 20 of them, give me 10, and then just reload the room and have their original 20 while I still have my original, well, not original 10. And we can do this with every item, any item. I'm currently doing an experiment with, well, you'll see. I won't talk about it just yet. I'll do a whole bit about it. But I'm doing an experiment with how far I can push this duplication property. And I'm not going to try and duplicate things that are more expensive or rare. I'm going to try and duplicate things that are abstract and awkward to get to see if I can speed run a whole process. You know, we'll talk about it later. It'll be fun. Yeah, we're at Tforty here. I want you to know I spend all of my retrograde virus things, my not rare candies, on this beautiful bastard. I love him so much. You can have all of them. We're going to make him bulky. I'm probably going to make eggs out of him and make this an S-class all the way down if possible. I'm going to put the work in. I am. I grabbed a few bits out of the car. Now that I've got more storage containers, I don't have to use the car as a container. Yeah, so crystals can go to the ship, and these elements can go to the safe. I think I'll keep that condensed carbon in here, though. I'm going to try and give away this stuff. I don't need any of this. I might make one of them ships first. And here's some of the stuff I might keep. Going into Vault 2. Yeah, pretty much all of this will be going to Tforty. Yeah, that nip. I promise that's not mine. I'm just holding it for a friend. But these eggs I'm going to keep for myself. Yeah. Yeah, that's your stuff. And in my safe here, well, these is just my elements. On the left is what I'm giving away. On the right is what I'm splitting with Tforty. Awesome. So after being responsible, we decided to get back into the stars to go sentinel ship hunting. You know, just a couple of hops to relax. Took a little while to choose a star, made our decision, and we arrived to an automated freighter battle. And this is a chance to talk about a different exploit in the game. So on your 5th jump and 3 hours of gameplay, you will get a freighter battle. And if the freighter battle that you've jumped to isn't the one you want, you can restore to a previous save point. And when you restore to a previous save point, you can choose a different star, and when you choose a different star, you'll have a different freighter that you can choose to rescue. So sure enough, I restored my save, because I now know on my next jump I'm going to get a freighter. I'm not going to spend loads of time doing this. Let's go get a nice freighter. We're going to choose the first one that looks good, and we're going to stick to that one. And I know what type of freighter I'm looking for. I'm probably not going to accept any C-class freighter as well. You know, we've got to be a little classy. Ah, look at this. A Venator. They look great, but it's not the one we're looking for. So let's restart. We're looking for a 7-segment dreadnought. Kind of like the ones from Warhammer. This one. It only took 2 or 3 hops before we found this. So sure enough, we saved them. We was given our invitation to dock. So, yep. Hey buddy. Yeah, I would like to check out your freighter. It's a B class, so, you know, not the worst. It's the correct shape. It gives us something to look forward to in the future about finding an S class. I think I'll take it. Yes. Yeah, so, the freighter's got a whole lot going on with it. I should probably talk about that in its own little bit. But for now, there's something I want to do. Radiant Pillar. I want you to be archived. Safe forever. It feels symbolic to archive Radiant Pillar. It's like that true step out of early game.